Good evening. Hopefully we are live on the YouTubes. Hopefully we are live. It looks to be live. So good evening and welcome everybody. This is Beyond Authentic. I am Lisa. I am a liminal witch. Good evening, Flower Beauty, Peacock Rainbow. I am a liminal witch and tarot reader, and I am here to do some tarot reading this evening. So before we go any further, I do just I'm just going to hit this magic button because I am incredibly proud of being a witch.
So apparently I'm a witch.
She's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch. I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.
Computer. Studio light. Computer. Studio big light to 10%. Let's just get the lighting sorted out. There we go. Dark and spooky, just how I like it. I'm being told...
I'm having trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
No, thank you. I'm being...
Okay.
I'm being told that it's not showing as a live. Let me just go into the studio. Bear with, get me gogs on so I can actually see what is happening. Content. Live there. Yep, we are actually live right now. This one says live right now. Let me copy and paste the doodah. There we go. And I will pop it on the... Hold on, everybody. I'm just putting this into the mod WhatsApp group so the mods can find us. Hi Sarah, I hope you are well. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I've got a headband on. I'm not sure whether I feel like I don't know whether I like it or not. It's quite twee, isn't it? I don't know whether it's really my colouring. It isn't what I thought it was when I ordered it online. It isn't honestly what I thought it was, but it's still pretty. But I didn't think it would be quite as pink. It's a bit Glinda, isn't it? From Wizard of Oz and Wicked. It's a bit Glinda, which I don't mind, but I am far more an Elphaba at heart. I really am. However, I've got to show you all. Look at my t-shirt. Down the Witch's Road. .co.uk. Down the Witch's Road with the tarot cards from Agatha all along. It is awesome. I got this from a well-known budget website. Where was that bit there then? Anyway, a well-known budget website that may or may not begin with T. Down the Witch's Road. And also I've also got the Down the Road, you can't quite see it, look, Down the Road pillowcase. I know, it's almost like my branding. If it was it's like, oh shit, hang on, I'm knocking everything over in the background. No change there then, Lisa. Why do you move things when you're live? You should just keep things as they are. Stop messing around on a live stream, Jesus. But yes, thank you ever so much. Down the road, down the Witch's Road. I know, I love it. Good evening, Dormouse. Hello, second time seeing you. Sorry you didn't realise caps were on. That's okay, Patricia. Hello. The link just came up, but no notification. Okay, my darling. Hopefully they'll be going out shortly. Let us know when they arrive. I'm not going to get distracted by stickers. I probably am going to get distracted by stickers, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them. I've got stickers. I love stickers. I know, right? Who am I? I've got a bunch of stickers to play with, and I've got an Alice band. Is this an Alice band or just a headband? What's an Alice band? What's an Alice band? Is this an Alice band? Is an Alice band what they call a headband in the States? I don't know. But anyway, I got it because I was like, I've had them before, and I go through these phases where I'm like, I kind of want something easy just to keep the hair off me, like off my face, but that isn't pulling my hair back, if that makes sense. I know, right? This is my favourite sticker, Down the Witch's Road. Again, from that there Temu, but I'm going to stick it. I don't know whether you saw in the, oh my God, the podcast. There's one comment on the podcast where people are already going, you need to do your historic research. Well, we actually did. And it's all from our perspective and our opinion. Anywho, so yeah, I am all about, do you know what, I have the reason I was saying about the podcast, Jesus, is because I put stickers on, stickers. Join your daughter who is 30, what? Your daughter is 33 and the best birthday gift was a load of dinosaur stickers. I approve. I buy stickers. I have so many stickers. Thank you, Sarah. I thought it was a good podcast. I really enjoyed it. I have so many stickers. I've run out of places to put stickers, if that makes sense. Because I don't have like a... Of course I don't. I don't have a school binder anymore, if that makes sense. So of course I don't go off and stick my stickers on a school binder like I used to. But I still really like them, which is why in the podcast you can see me messing around and putting stickers on here. Because I really do enjoy it. I enjoy having them. So I was kind of... The idea for this is that it will sort of fit on here on the soft bit with the mouse. Not the mouse, the microphone. There, like that. And I thought it might be cool because also it's down the witches road.co.uk where I am going to be putting the earrings and everything because I'm quite happy. I've slept with these in a few times now and they haven't fallen apart, which is more than I can say for some of the expensive stickers. So some of the expensive earrings that I have bought in the past. Anyway, we are going to do some tarot reading this evening because that is what we are all here for. I have my bulldog clip because I've got a calendar that I need to properly attach to the little hook. I'm just going to move the little lights so that they keep the tarot cloth down. Do you know what? I think I might order a couple more tarot cloths off Temu. I have ordered a couple in the past, but the nicer ones I find the print tends to be better if you spend a bit more money. So like instead of spending $2.99 or $3.99, you're spending $6.99 or $7.99. You get a nicer print quality from Amazon, but they curl up at the edges. It's really annoying me when they curl up. It bugs me. But anyway. That's probably just me. What I need to get is some of that double-sided tape and just tape the corners down. And also, you can't actually see what I'm talking about, can you? Because you can't see. But there you go. Look, like the corners that twist up. Do you know what I mean? When they're like just on the edges, look like that, where they rise. It's really annoying. It's so annoying. I know, right? First world problems. Anyway, let's forget about all of that. Otherwise, I will sit here and play my stickers. Temu is your addiction for stickers. It used to be for me. It used to be Amazon, right? I am so close to wanting to go down the route. And Holland, I know you've got this stuff, but to go down that Cricut, is it called Cricut? Cricut? Where you do the vinyl things and you get the blanks and you do it all yourself and you I think you can do your own designs, I think, because yeah, I kind of really want to do that. But I know it'd be a very expensive hobby, and I don't know whether I can justify it right at this moment in time financially, because I did just get a massive order of stuff that came through today. I got a big Temu order of things like the t-shirt and random. I might have accidentally bought 2 of the same t-shirt and 3 of the cushion covers accidentally because I didn't know that I'd ordered them. But anyway, I also bought a dog bed, so that's good. And not that you all need to know that, but I do have. I'm waiting on a big shipment of crystals to come through, of crystal beads to come through for the jewelry making, because I'm having so much fun doing jewelry making again. I really am. I've actually come up with the jewelry making is going to be themed. It's going to be themed. So they're going to be witchy themed, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I've got the this is the Alphabet and Glinda set. So we've got the Wicked sets. I've got a Hocus Pocus set, a Craft set, and what was the other one? There's another one. There's another one. Anyway, they're all coming. They're all coming. I've ordered all the various crystal beads, and they're all based on crystal therapy, and they're all based on actual, like, so that each earring set and each bracelet will have inherent crystal healing elements to them, and that witchy element. But the way that I've hopefully teamed the colors, you'll get an idea. It's almost like that particular character would wear this particular bracelet or necklace or earring, because it's in tune with their character that we know of, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I've been doing with that. So I'm really excited about these, and as I say, they will all get on the website eventually. So right then, shall we do some of that there tarot? I do have I was about to say I do have my phone in front of me, but I just need to put this on to airplane mode so that it doesn't go ping ping. Thank you, by the way, for those of you that join me and Rufus on our Slimming World live. Where is airplane mode? There it is. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who joined us on that one. Come on, put airplane mode on. Why are you not working? Thank you. Now it's done. And yeah, we're going to crack on with some tarot reading on here. Practical Magic, that was the other one. Yes, Sarah, that was the other one. It was a Practical Magic set. I can't decide whether I want to do the sisters or the aunts. Can't decide that quite yet. Can't quite decide it. I'm trying to work out whether there's enough scope. But yeah, they will be based on I think I'll probably just do the sisters to start with. I don't want to launch a whole bunch of different earring types and then people go, I don't want them. You know what I mean? Also, my coffee's really bland coffee. What did we get today? Oh, we had to go and grab one from Lidl. So it's Lidl's own brand fake coffee, whatever it is. It's horrible. It's disgusting. But anyway, let's crack on with some tarot reading. So before we go any further on this here live stream tonight, there is something. Now, hopefully, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat if you can hear this normal. I'm just going to play it as I would do any other video. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. No. There's two playing at the same time. How did that happen? There we go. Sorry, everybody. Let me try that one again. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. You could hear that one. Fabulous. Thank you, Holland. Gorgie or Georgie, I'm not quite sure. Gorgie, is that how you say your name, my darling? Let me know just how to pronounce it. If it's Georgie, put a J in the chat. If it's Gorgie, put a G in the chat, a g for Galinda. And I will go ahead and read for you right now, my darling. So that's the housekeeping. It's still a bit low on that one. Thank you, Sarah. I don't know how. Listen, I still don't understand how the videos are playing, because they weren't last week and now they are, and so there was no sound last week and now there is, and the only thing I've done different is nothing. I've done nothing different at all. So I don't know how come they're suddenly playing, so I'm taking it. It was a little bit quiet. I'm okay with that. I am taking it at the moment for what it is, and I now put my light on so you can see me. So then, good evening, Gorgie. I will play your music. No, I will do your reading right now, my darling. Let's have a look. You're a new subscriber. Fabulous, and thank you very much for that. And because you have donated more than $10, you get yourself a longer reading. So then we are going to do that. Let me just do this one here. We're going to do that right now. So I'm going to magically go across to the other camera. Yay, very pretty. And then let's have a look. No problem for you, Patricia. Thank you for that one. I think it might be different people's settings, you know, on their own doodahs as to how they're hearing it. But yes, here we go. Look, that's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. That's me there. Right then. So let's go for it, shall we? First of all, Gorgie, as we go, we are cleansing the space like so. And I am bringing in Wispy, who is our air elemental dragon, So Wispy is the element of air. You just got the notification through, Patricia. Wow, that's 20 minutes. That's literally 18 minutes late. That is bonkers. But at least it's been sent out. So then Wispy, Gorgie or Georgie would like to know, they want to know what is Nick's intentions and feelings for them. Nick is a Gemini, I think, and I believe that Gorgie is a Taurian. I believe that's really that's really putting my my astrological sign knowledge to the test. I don't have a lot of astrological sign knowledge, but apparently also, Gorgie, it's your 5th ever super chat, so well done for sending a super chat. Yay for that. Let's have a look. So then, we've had 2 cards fall. We ignore when it's 2 cards or more, we ignore it. That's just my bad shuffling. If it's a single card, then that is when we know it's the clarifying or modifying card. So then, Wispy, what are Nick the Gemini's intentions and feelings towards either Gorgie or Georgie, and is he in contact with anyone else with a romantic interest? That's what we want to know. So then we're going to do, is that one single card? I felt that go past my fingers then. We're going to do, it is one card, right? So you've got the 10 of Pentacles has come out on its own as a clarifying or modifying card. So then what do I mean by that? Well, what this is, my darling, a clarifying or modifying card is can you just say, Gorgie or Georgie, can you just say, is it a hard G or a soft G? If it's a hard G, can you just type the letter G in? If it's a G, as in Gorgie, if it's Georgie, then can you just put a J in, just so I know how I'm saying it, because I always get, otherwise I get stuck on saying it every which way. But we've got this here as your modifying or clarifying card. And I don't know whether you can see it just here in the corner. This is the 10 of Pentacles. So what this card does as a clarifying or modifying card, this card will actually color. It's like the lens, like gorgeous. So it is Gorgie. Thank you very much, my darling. Thank you for that. Right. So mods, I'm turning the chat bit off so I can't see it in on my screen, if that makes sense. If I go back up, there we go. So it's not, I won't be able to respond. So Pentacles is work, career, finances. It's also the amount of work or effort that's involved in a situation. It's connected to the earth element, so that's why we get the rubble sound with the rocks. So it can also relate to growth, things that you are putting time and effort and putting your energy into to get a result, right? So for me, and you will hear me say this on many a stream, for me, 10s are overflowing, 9 is full. So although the suit does go ace to 10, Jack, Queen, King, thank you, Holland. Sorry, in a standard deck of cards, in tarot it goes ace to 10, page, knight, Queen, King. So we've got an extra 4 cards in there. Now you would think that the 10 is when it is fullest, right? The way that I read the cards, the 9 is full, the 10 is always overflowing, right? And the reason I read it that way is because when you actually look through and when you look at all the various suits and all the various meanings, for me, the 9 seems to be the happy place, right? The 9 is that moment. If it was a Disney film, the 9 is when they have the kiss at the end of the film and you know, what's her face, Fiona takes on her true form, which is the ogre form, and is happily ever after with Shrek. Do you know what I mean? It's that moment of, and now they lived happily ever after. The 10 is that happy ever after, or the marriage that comes after. Do you know what I mean? That's when things are starting to get complicated. So when we've got the 10 of Pentacles, you can see here we've got all of these pentacles on the roof of the house. So this is talking about the wealth, the amount of work and effort that has built the property, but this 10 has come up reversed. Okay, so for me it feels like, I don't know whether you are in a situation where how can I put it? I don't know whether this is a work connection between you and Nick, or whether there is something here in terms of a massive financial difference, but finances and this concentration on material things is going to be a bit of an issue, right? So it could be that this card is hinting that one person's just working flat out and is all about the money, has no time for any social life, blah 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 blah, or it could be that somebody's in a serious amount of debt, and that's why they're trying to work really hard to pull themselves out of it. Do you know what I mean? There's something there around that. This has nothing to do with romantic intentions or anything like that. But let's get on with your reading. So this will slightly colour and change the actual cards and the meaning of the cards as we go. So then I'm going to do you a standard. So we go where you are right now, what you need to know, and what the future outcome is, and then we'll go down into the layers. So then we have the emotional impact, and then we have at the bottom the root cause. Okay, so let's have a look. The Magician. Interesting. So where you are right now, we have the Magician. The King of Wands is coming up in your what you need to know. That's interesting. And in the outcome, we've got the Eight of Cups reversed. Now, linking the Magician to the King of Wands, we've got the Five of Pentacles. Linking the King of Wands to the Eight of Cups, we have the Moon. Both of these are reversed. And in the root of this, we have the Lovers. Okay, so by the way, this deck is the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck. I mention it every time I use it because it is the most diverse stream. The most diverse deck I have ever used. It has lots of different body types, lots of different types of people. There are people with disabilities, there are people who are non-binary, there are people who are trans, there are people who are all different body types and all different races. So it's a wonderfully inclusive deck. So then let's start with the actual reading itself. In the where you are right now, we have the Magician. So the Magician is it's the number one, but it's not technically the first card because the tarot starts at 0 with the Fool. But this is the first card the Fool meets, right? So it's a really important card. The major arcanas, they're the ones that have the big weight. So these are the headline cards in the deck, okay? So, Gorge, what this is saying, you can see here that this person has a potion bottle with swords on, another bottle with what looks to be a twig. We've got a cup here on the top of this bottle with a little bit of liquid dropping out, and we've got a pentacle here, and there's also an Ouroboros or Ouroboros, depending on how people say it, and there is even a thing of rose. That's either going to be rose petals probably. So this Magician is using all of these tools. Now these are the classic tools that you see within the tarot deck. So you've got pentacles, wands, swords, and cups or chalices, which are the various suits. So this Magician has all of the ability. Whenever this card comes up, it's talking about having the ability and having the opportunity to make big changes in your life. Okay, so when you're looking at what are Nick's intentions and feelings for you, it could well be here that Nick is intending to change your life in a fairly big way. Now, because this has come upright, if it was this way, there'd be a little bit of a warning about manipulation. Because it's come upright, it doesn't feel as if that warning needs to necessarily be there. However, I'll explain why in a second. I would still say be a little bit mindful that this magician, one of the things the magician is very good at is control. Now, yes, it's like any witch, any witchcraft practitioner is able to cast spells and workings, and the reason they work is because witches have the ability to change subtle things around the world to their will. Basically, it's what the whole point of witchcraft is. So this magician has that ability. Now, are they doing this? Are they changing your situation? Are they changing, elements around you to help and to benefit? Or are they doing it for their own reasons? Okay, so question mark, question mark. I don't think this is nefarious in and of itself. However, this isn't what you need to know. Okay, my darling, and we've got the King of Wands. So wands is your suit of, for me, it's security. Sometimes it can be bricks and mortar security, so it's talking about physicality, houses, building houses and living together and things like that. For me, it's all about confidence. It's about the building blocks of our own personalities, our characters, our soul, if you like. It's the things that are fundamental to us, that are our self-esteem, our self-confidence, our self-love. All of those bits and pieces are connected with wands. The kings are, again, the top of that hierarchy. Ace 10, page, knight, queen, king. So the kings are at the top of that hierarchy. So they are the ones in control. Okay? And the King of Wands, depending on how they use that control, the King of Wands is known to be a bit of a red flag. Right? So we get that red warning, that red flag moment that comes up with the King of Wands. You need to be a little bit careful, right? Now, this could be a warning about, Nick wanting to control your life, be a little bit controlling, right? In that sort of way. So you could take it as that. It might just be, erring on that side of caution, it might just be that Nick wants to help you feel more confident, be stronger in and of yourself, all of those lovely things, right? The fact that we've had the magician with that control element coming in and the King of Wands with that red flag warning, just be a little bit careful going into this relationship, right? His intentions and feelings, again, both these cards so far can be taken two ways, right? He might be trying to help you, he might be trying to control you. The future, so this past, present, future, past, present, future, this is where you are, what you need to know, and this future opportunity. So this is to come. We've got the Eight of Cups. Now, if it was this way up, we'd be talking about following your dream, following this path to the 9. Right? The Eight of Cups, the eights for me are all about assessing where you are and starting that journey to the final. Like, you're almost at the final. You're at the semi-final right now of a big important sports event. You can get to that final and win, right? You just need to plan that. Here you can see the roof is dripping. The roof is leaking like a drippy tap or whatever. That's a really bad analogy, but you know what I mean, right? The roof is leaking here. They've got all of these cups and pots and pans and everything catching the leaks. But when you look outside, it's not raining outside. This is internal. These are emotions that are happening inside the house. So again, this is that, what's happening? Why are we leaking inside the house when outside is dry? Let's move forward for that happier moment in the 9 of Cups. But again, this is reversed. So again, there's another third card in a row where there's another little question mark about what is this. You're asking specifically intentions and feelings for you. What is this reason that this card is coming up in this way? What is this reason that the emotions inside the house are going to be negative? What is the reason that this leaky roof is coming from a negative place and maybe stopping the journey to the 9 of Cups, right? So again, look at that. Again, the 10 of Pentacles here, our clarifying card, is also reversed. There's a lot of sort of surface negativity here. When we look at the cards that link these two, again, this goes down below the surface. So we're looking at linking the Magician and the King of Wands. Bearing in mind both of these have potential with control. We get the Five of Pentacles reversed. Fives are about being in awkward, difficult positions of turmoil. Excuse me. So this is talking about being in a position where everything is up in the air, everything is changing, everything is yet to be decided, right? The actual card itself is where you've got these okay, can you hear me now? Sorry, apparently the sound cut out. Thank you, Holland. Hopefully you can hear me now. I don't see there's any reason why the sound should cut out. So I was just saying, I don't know how much of that you heard, but I was just saying that this Five of Pentacles as a milestone marker is really important, because if it was this way up, we'd be looking at the turmoil and whatever else is going in the relationship, but we are moving forward, we are moving onwards. There is a lot of work and effort being put in. Again, I don't think this is financial, even though it's in the Pentacles. I don't think this is financial. It feels like effort and work and growth. This way up, it's perhaps suggesting that actually, thank you, Holland. This way up, it's suggesting that actually, you know, is this a relationship you want to be moving to? Is this a relationship you want to be taking that to the next levels, basically? Linking the King of Wands, because of the character traits that we've got here, linking the King of Wands to the Eight of Cups, you've got another major card. So this is another major arcana card, and this is the Moon, and the Moon is reversed. The Moon often comes in, right, when we are looking for spiritual development. It often comes in for me when we are looking at timelines as well, because the Moon would say, you know, 28 days, that moon cycle, that lunar cycle. When the Moon is reversed for me, it's about not connecting spiritually. It's about all of the things kind of being missed and not having that deeper, intense, intuitive connection with somebody, right? In this term, because you're asking about relationships, it's that intuitive connection, and it doesn't feel as if that is in place at the moment with this card. The root of it, we do have the Lovers. So hang on, Wispy, give me that again. I think at the root of it, we've got the Lovers card, right? But this doesn't necessarily mean that this is a positive. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a positive relationship. Let me just click on this, right? Hang on a second, right? And the reason I'm saying that, my darling, is that it might be, right? Again, you make all your own decisions about your own life, but it might be that Nick is somebody who, whether knowingly or unknowingly, ends up in relationships where Nick is granted control. And that doesn't have to be with a big capital C, that they're like, you know, a nasty person or narcissistic or any of those, you know, dangerous red flags. It doesn't necessarily mean that that is in play. But just because the Lovers has come up doesn't necessarily mean that this is a positive relationship. Now let me explain. The Lovers card is about wanting to be with a partner, right? In this deck, as you can see, that partner is a mirror self. It's talking about shadow work. It's talking about learning to love our inner self, as dark and as wonderfully messed up as we all are. It's learning to love that side of us, to love the effects of past trauma as it helps us move forward, not to love the trauma itself, but to accept and to love the fact that we won't let ourselves go back to those places. Do you know what I mean? It's talking about loving those insecurities, loving the fact that perhaps we are, in my case, a very tall woman, so I get clocked very easily as being trans. Love that fact, you know, celebrate it. If I'm going to get clocked anyway, let's give somebody a reason to clock me, you know what I mean? Let's put elaborate eye makeup on and go and be seen, because they're going to see me anyway, so why not? It's about learning to turn all of that inner darkness, that shadow work, around and face it positively, right? But in this deck, it also, in this spread, it is also saying that you're asking for Nick's feelings and intentions, a relationship. And I don't necessarily know whether this card is hinting that Nick wants a relationship with you per se, or just a relationship. Do you know what I mean? There's enough. I'm trying not to pussyfoot around, right? But there's enough here in the cards to make me pause, right? Again, as I keep saying, you make all your own decisions about your own life. But listen, if I was face to face with a friend right now, right, and this is the only way that I can be honest, the channel was called Beyond Authentic. We start with authenticity, right? So if you were a close friend of mine, sat opposite me now in a Costa, we've had a coffee, I've done you this reading, I would be saying, look, there's so many reverse cards, right, that this is a warning. I've got a red flag card coming up in what you need to know. It's literally saying there is a red flag. What you need to know is a red flag. This is the one and only card in this deck that has a red flag. There is no other card, for whatever reason, that has any hint of a red flag on it. So just from that perspective, Wispy knows that if there is a red flag warning to be said, that this is the card that comes up. It's next to a card that is known for manipulation. It's next to a card that is known for control. The Magician is all about controlling the situation around them. It's also next to a card which the other way up would be a lot more positive, but this is saying, why is your roof leaking? Your metaphorical emotional roof, because this is cups. Why is your roof still leaking? What is stopping you moving on to that happy place at the 9? Well, potentially what's stopping you, and the reason that your emotional roof is leaking, is because we've got this controlling card followed by a red flag. Then we go down a level and we look at the emotional state, and we get the 5 of Pentacles. Pentacles being growth, it's upturned, so there is no growth. 5 being everything is in turmoil, everything is still in play, things aren't what they said. There's a lot of, toing and froing here. That isn't positive. We've got the Moon coming in. The Moon itself is now reversed, and it's reversed in between these two. This person that the King is representing is not going to bring you that spiritual connection into your positive emotional future. This is not a positive emotional spiritual connection. Do you know what I mean? And then at the root of it, because we're looking at what Nick wants, a relationship. This does not square with these cards. It's like if there were more positive cards here, more positive cup cards, more cards that were upright, it would be saying that maybe Nick is looking for a positive relationship and actually is looking for a relationship with you specifically. But there is nothing here about that, my darling. So if you were a friend of mine sat opposite, I would be saying, look, be bloody careful. Be careful going into this one. I'm not saying don't do it, but if you're going in, the first moment that there is a suspicion of something, the first moment that little alarm bell rings in your head, the first moment something happens that is either a little bit controlling or a little bit, I'm going to say the word, and YouTube won't like it, so I'll probably this probably won't be monetized after this, but abusive. If there's anything in there, any hint, I would be saying to a friend, in that moment, you need to just call it quits. But you need to be very careful, because magicians are bloody good at manipulating the world around them, right? The magician is the ultimate. If you think of this as a stage magician, they will tell you to look over there while secretly they've done something over here. They are the experts in gaslighting. They are the experts in sleight of hand. Be bloody careful, my darling. I know it's probably not the reading that you wanted. As I always say, I can't tell you what you want to know. I can just tell you what you need to hear. And these cards are absolutely adamant that there is something about this connection that doesn't feel right. I hope that helps, my darling. And again, I'm sorry that it's not the reading that you wanted, but thank you very much for your question, and of course thank you for your donation, Gorge. And Gorgie, I hope that helps. I really do. Right, let me go back into the chat. Right, let me have a look. Gorgie says yes. Oh, isn't it, Patricia? Isn't it just the most amazing deck? I keep saying to everybody, right? I keep saying, this was my deck of the year, even though actually I think it came out the year before. I think technically it's a 2023 release, but I'm not going to let that, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, or whatever it is the journalists say. Sorry, if everything's gone off, hopefully it hasn't. There we go, I'm back on. I've just had to move the tarot cloth up a little bit. But yes, why is my monitor gone all weird? Sorry everybody, I've got a very strange monitor set up that should not be there. Never mind, we're just going to leave it alone for now. But yeah, this is one of my absolute favorite decks of all time, ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Right, sorry everybody, bear with me just 1 second. No, that is not right. That is definitely not right. My second monitor has decided. Hang on, I'm gonna have to turn it off and turn it back on. Let's see if that does anything. My second monitor has decided that it's tiny, so everything on the monitor is ginormous. That is not right. That is definitely not right. Oh gosh, right, okay, I don't know what just happened. I might have to. Oh, there we go, it's done it. I just disconnected it and connected it back up again. Please, come on, find my second. I can't do this with only one monitor. Yay, it's back. Flaming Nora, that was annoying. That was really annoying. Sorry everybody, I know, right? Talk about, again, first world problems. Everything was normal for you. It's just on the display mechanisms on here. Gorgie, listen, I know it's not the reading that you wanted, my darling. I know you were probably hoping for hearts and flowers and everything else, but all I can do, my love, is give you the reading that the cards give me. I hope, if nothing else, I hope it gives you a little bit of a forewarned is forearmed. And again, as I always say, you make all the decisions about your own life. If you think I'm not going to listen to that gobby old cow on the YouTubes, then you go for it, my darling. You do whatever you feel is right. But what I would say is, your question itself did have a little bit of a question mark in there, and I don't know whether that is your gut instinct kicking in and basically just making you double check and ask for confirmation type thing. But yeah, I hope that helps. All right then, so Flower Beauty, you love the way I laugh. Your laughter is so infectious. You're laughing all the way in India. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. I try and well, it's just my laugh. I try and smile through life if I can. Right then, shall we have another round? I think we should. Let's open another round. Hopefully, no, of course not. Of course it isn't going to work first time, Lisa. Why would you think things were going to work first time? You have been here before. You absolutely have been here before. So why would you possibly think that? What about that now? Is that put it into the chat? Yes, it has. Oh. Time will tell. Okay, my darling. Gorgie, let us know how things go. But listen, at the first sign of something feeling uncomfortable, don't feel that you owe anybody a relationship, right? If he said to you that he's trying to now be a better person, that's lovely. Right? Absolutely lovely. I firmly believe that people can change. I firmly believe that people have the ability to grow and to learn and to grow from their mistakes. I firmly believe that. However, it takes a long time and a lot of effort, right? A long time and a lot of effort. So all I can say is the best of bloody luck, my darling, and I hope that you get the result that you are wanting and that you get the relationship that you are wanting with Nick. Let us know how things go, because we're very nosy here. No, let us know how things go at some point in the future. Don't forget then, everybody, the round is open. Get your question in live right now, starting with the word question, or you can send it through as a super chat, and that will come through automatically. A super chat of $8 or $10 or £8 or more will guarantee you a longer reading, like our lovely Gorgie just had, but any super chat will get you next with a 3-card reading. So yeah, hopefully that all makes sense, and hopefully this little 30-second video will play with some sound. Fingers crossed. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Indeed, just ask one of the mods. Hopefully you heard the sound with that one. So then, keeper of the questions, who have we got? We have Nidhi. I don't know if that is pronounced right. Let me have a look in the thingy. Nidhi, I've got your question. Thank you, Gorgie. Yeah, you've been married to a sociopath in the past, so you'll see the signs before anyone else except me. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed for you. Nidhi, my darling, I will go ahead and pin your message. So your message is now pinned. And Nidhi, yours is up right now. And that is the right pronunciation. Thank you, my darling. Thank you for letting me know. I try my best. I do try my best, but I am also somebody who has slightly weird eyesight at times, and so I have been known, and also ADHD brain, so I've been known not only to not see the letters correctly in the correct order, but also to not see things clearly at all. Like with this sight, with my second sight, I can see a lot clearer. I know, right? But I am literally turning into Terry Pratchett has a witch character who sees with second sight, right? She's psychic. She sees so well with second sight, even though she's physically blind. She just walks around as normal because she can see everything through her mind's eye. I can see that happening in years to come, except I won't be seeing everything clearly. I'll be falling over every bloody table and every doorstep. But anyway, Nidhi, my darling, let's have a look for you. So your question is, oh, that's nice. Will Ashish propose to you, and when? A love question. Ooh. We like that. Right then, so as always, I am going to change the camera and we will go ahead and cleanse for you, my darling. So we always cleanse with a bell. There we go. And I bring in Wispy, who is our air elemental dragon, and I bring Wispy in, if that makes sense, to come and help. Wispy brings the knowledge from the Akashic records. I'm just gonna slurp my coffee. That's why I've not put me on screen yet. Hold on. There we go. I am back. I've had a slurp of my coffee. All is good. Right then, so Nidhi, let's have a look. Wispy, we have a romance question. How lovely is that? There we are. Look, hello, there's me. If you know how hard it is for me not to sing every single time I swap the camera over, it's an absolute nightmare. Oh! We've had a card fall, Nidhi. Look at it. I mean, apart from the fact, I've got to say, right... This is why I don't really go nude sunbathing anymore, because this is what I would look like. And whilst I think this is a lovely image to have for somebody else, I would not be comfortable with my next door neighbours seeing me like this on my on the decking in my garden. So, you know, although this is pretty much, I mean, I am fatter than her, so, you know, I think this is the best. I love this deck so much. Look how lovely this person is. Look how wonderful this, look how confident she is, just happy in her own body, right? Normally in the tarot decks, this card will have some skinny little model with a tiny little waist, perfect perky boobs. No, look, she's got boobs like everyone else. She's got a tummy like everybody else, a little bit of an apron tummy, and she's got the most wonderful thighs. Isn't she just beautiful? I love this deck so much. Anyway, you've got the World card as your clarifying card. What does that mean? It means that this is a massive turning point for you. I don't know whether this is hinting at the proposal, but what this is saying is there is going to be a massive life change coming your way shortly, right? Big positive life change. This is an opportunity for you to step through this portal and enter a new realm of existence. Is that, question mark, is that you moving into is that you moving into married life? Ooh, who can say? Is that you moving into you know, a whole deeper meaning relationship with your partner? Oh, I need to sneeze. Hold on, sorry. Excuse me. Oh, I don't know why I needed to sneeze there. Oh, and I've just made me cloth all a blooming sassafras. There we go. So yeah, so there's something really interesting here. So then we'll see where that goes, my darling. We will absolutely see where this heads us. But it is saying that there is a massive life affirming and quite positive thing happening to you. The world is literally your oyster coming up, if that makes sense. The world is at your fingertips. So then let's have a look. We've got where you are right now, what you need to know, and the outcome. Ooh, interesting. So where you are at the moment, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, and you're asking if Ashish will propose. So this is really interesting, right? So the 8 of Pentacles is about working really hard, right? Lots and lots of burning the candle at both ends, working really flat out to get projects finished, to make ends meet, right? This is a big deal. I don't know whether Ashish is planning to maybe get some money behind them or something like that. it feels so. The Eight of Pentacles is all about concentrating on getting towards the 9. The 9 is when the project is just about finished. There's money in the pot. There's the project is signed over. You know, this is all about just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Just get that work finished. Let's get that money in. Let's get that contract finished. You know, it's all about that. So if Ashish is very work and business minded, then that would make sense. It would say that this is where he is concentrating on at the moment, if that makes sense to you, my darling. So it's really talking about Ashish being focusing on work and money and business for the time being. However, in the what you need to know, we've got the Queen of Cups. So I don't know if his mother is still in the picture some way. It feels like it feels like this queen is mother energy, right? And it feels like, how can I put this? I think mum needs to be, I don't know what your, right, hang on. I don't know what your relation, thank you, Wispy. I don't know what your relationship is with what would be your mother-in-law, right? But if Ashish's mum is still alive, right, you kind of need to play nicely with mum. Because she's the one who will have the say on what happens in this, right? She's the one who will absolutely have the say in what happens. There's a very good chance that she likes you and she thinks you're a good fit, because she's coming in as the Queen of Cups. It's that loving energy, right? And this is in the what you need to know. And so I don't know whether this is saying you need to be close friends with his mum, or whether you need to be, you know, friendlier, nicer to the mum, or something. But there is definitely something here where that mother energy is coming in, because we've got the Queen of Cups. The queens are the ones who are, in theory, the king is in control, but the queen is the power behind the throne, right? So the king is the one who says, I want to do this. The queen will say in his ear, are you sure? Because if you do that, people are going to hate you. However, you could do this and then people will like you, but it will eventually get the same result. It might just take 6 months longer. And then the king goes, oh, I've rethought it, because actually I have taken advice. And do you know what I mean? The queen softens that approach. So there's something here about this queen energy. This isn't a wife. This isn't wife energy. This is definitely mother, because it is that next generation up. It could be your mum, but I think it's his mum, right? Because you're asking, will he propose? You've also got my favourite card in the deck is coming up as the future opportunity. So the future opportunity is really good, right? Really good. You've got the Empress. The Empress is all about loving energy, maternal energy, abundant energy. She is the heart of the family. She is the heart of the community. She's all about bringing people together in a place of bounty for all. So this is the idea of, you know, you would be joining a family, and you would be joining a family and helping things grow and all of that. But she is reversed. Now, the Empress, for me, when she's reversed, she's still a really positive card, right? But I think you need to play really nicely with mum, with his mum, right? Because Wispy, is this? Wispy's just given me I call it a download, an image. So something. Sorry, I got all excited and fell over my own words. So, hang on. So, part of the way that I read tarot, right, is Wispy brings me knowledge from the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are basically a giant spiritual library with a book of knowledge for each person's life is in there, and Wispy can send me bits from that, right? And I literally will either get images from people's life, from your life, or I will get an image that means something to me and that I relate to the situation you're in. What I've just got is there was a TV program. It's not 90 Day Fiancé. But it's something like that, right? Or was it I'm Marrying a Mama's Boy? Something like that. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, right? But what it is, my darling, it was this program, and one of the couples, the husband was an Indian guy and the wife was an older American, but forget that, right? But the mother of the Indian guy absolutely refused to accept the wife, refused, and made his life a living hell. There was also another couple where with a younger woman, a younger wife, and that mother refused to accept that wife either. But in the younger couple's case, what the younger wife did was to basically go and ask the mother-in-law how to be a good wife, right? So she literally, it's almost like the mother-in-law wants you to be, oh my God, you're so amazing, you've got all the power, right? What Wispy just dumped into my head was this particular scene where the young wife, the mother-in-law is teaching the young wife, because they had got married at that point against the family's wishes, but she's teaching the young wife how to be a housewife, right? How to be a good wife. So she's teaching her how to make food, how to clean the house, because the house was never clean to the mother-in-law's standards, right? So the reason Wispy's just dumped this into my head is I think this is something that you need to do, right? There is something here. If you are able to go to the mother-in-law, to Ashish's mum, and say, if you are able to go to what would be your mother-in-law and say, I love your son very much. You've done an amazing job. Right, big her up, right? Give her all the props. You've done an amazing job. He's such a wonderful man. I would like to be the best wife that I can, right? And I would like to know how you would keep the house clean. Teach me how to do the thing. Teach me how to be as good a wife as you are. Right now, the problem comes by doing that is if you are also a modern 21st century independent woman with a job and a career and all of that, that's going to be difficult. But if there is a way for you to square that circle basically, and for you to seek the mother-in-law's advice as if she was an expert, right? She is an expert, because the reason I'm saying this is that when we look at the, oh thank you, there we go, it's already on that. When we look at these three cards, this Empress being reversed, right? These are really good positive cards you've got, but this Empress being reversed is saying your mother-in-law doesn't want to be replaced. Whether that's because she really loves Ashish and doesn't want, somebody replacing him in that bond, or whether it's because she's really power hungry or is like a really controlling mum, whatever it is, she feels she would be replaced as the matriarch in the family by letting her precious baby go, right? So I think Ashish very much likes you. I think Ashish very much, like, there is nothing here to say that there is no marriage on the cards, but I think you absolutely need to go and see the mother-in-law and connect with her. Get that connection with mum. Make it so that she feels that she is giving you all her knowledge, that you are learning from her, because she's the only person that could ever teach you all of it. Lay it on like a trowel, right? Even if you don't believe it, make out that you are, she's the only one. You want to learn all of this to have a happy marriage, right? Do that, and I am sure that this stepping through card will happen. It feels like mum-in-law at the moment is a little bit either way. I don't think she loves you. I don't think she hates you. I think there's just like she's all right with you, get her on side, right? Tell her how amazing she is as a mum, how amazing a grandmother should be, blah, 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 all of this. And I am sure you will get what you want. If you want a proposal to join this family, I'm sure you will get what you want, right? Because this is you stepping through into this new realm. So yeah, that would be my advice, my darling. I hope that helps, right? I really, really hope that helps. Thank you ever so much for your question. Oh, excuse me, for your question. And yeah, I am sure, I don't see the proposal happening soon, but I am sure the conversation, if it hasn't already happened with his mum, I am sure that he's planning on having that conversation with his mum. So yeah, let us know how it goes, my darling. Thanks ever so much for your question. And yeah, best of luck to you. Listen, we are still waiting, everybody. We are still waiting for the first ever Beyond Authentic wedding, right? We want an invite. Me and the mods want an invite. We don't have to fly across country or across the world or anything else. We can appear by Zoom, right? We are more than happy having our phones and having a little Zoom chat and being part of a Zoom, just so that we've got an excuse to wear our fancy suits, our fancy frocks, our fancy hats, our fancy whatever, right? We all just, even if it's only our lovely Holland with a nice jacket, right? And a hat, or Ed in a whole 3-piece suit, or Patricia wearing a nice blouse but actually she's got jogging trousers on the bottom because you're only going to see her from the bottom. It's the sort of thing I would do, right? But we all want to have a lovely hat with you know, a bit of lace on the front of it, or whatever they have, a little thing like that, don't they? Well, you know, where there's like a nice bit of lace down there. We want an excuse. That's what we want. So yeah, let us know how it goes. But yeah, thank you very much for your question. Right then, let's have a look at who is in the chat. You definitely invite us to a traditional Indian wedding. Don't traditional Indian weddings go on for days and days and days of celebrations? I'm sure they do. I don't think my diet plan would stick it. To be honest, days and days of amazing food. I don't think my poorly body with my diabetes, I don't think I'll be able to do it anymore. I have been to a part of, because there's different days, isn't there? I've been to one of the days of a big Indian wedding in the past, and it was amazing. An amazing experience. But yes, right then, let's have a look. Good evening, Country Love Homestead. Good evening to Shan. Good evening to, who else did I see pop in the chat then? Did I not see someone else? I thought I saw someone else pop in the chat. Maybe not. Good evening to Rachna Kumari. Good evening to, I think I've said hello to everybody that's here. I think I've said hello to everybody. I think I have. Oh, good evening to Monkey Pack. Good evening to MMC. Good evening to you, my darling. I think then I've said hello to everybody. Right then, so let's crack on with another reading, shall we? Well, let's crack on tonight. We're going to go through a fair bit this evening. Oh yeah. So then, oh, what am I doing? Just before I open up the next round, I've got a little word from, wow, I would say our sponsor, but it's not a sponsor. I've got a quick word from one of our mods. Ask your question. No. Fail. What happened? Why is it starting to play two videos at the same time? There we go. Right then, let's try that again.
Lisa is such a good tarot reader. I've experienced that for myself because Lisa's read for me quite a few times. But as a mod on her channel, I've also seen loads of times when people have said things like, oh yeah, that really resonates, or that's exactly it, you've hit the nail on the head. And because she doesn't sugarcoat, she just tells it like it is. It can really be quite an emotional and cathartic experience because they're not just being told. what they want to hear. They're being told, as she says, it what you need to know. So I definitely recommend her. It's a really good idea to sign up for one of her memberships because they're such good value. You can be part of private live streams that take place before the main ones. And then you're in a much smaller group of people, so you're not competing with all these other people to get a reading. And it's also just a chance to chat with other like-minded people who have that kind of spirituality.
Thank you very much to our lovely Holland there. They did an amazing video and sent that across to me. So yay, I love. Was that echoey? Oh no, sorry, that was echoey. I didn't turn my mic off, did I? Pants. Sorry about that, everybody. I meant to turn my mic off. Sorry, Holland. Sorry. Oops. Right. I'm going to do one more reading before I open the next round. Okay. So, Flower Beauty. I've seen your question. You've asked this for a little bit, so I'm going to do your question because I think I can do it quite quickly, if that makes sense, my darling. Let me, oh come on, yeah, there's no echo on the original. It's because I had my microphone on. I need to remember, the thing is, if I turn my microphone off, right, when I play the video, I forget then to turn it back on afterwards, so then I talk for like 10 minutes on mute, so it doesn't really help. Right, Flower Beauty, let me find your question, because where is it, my darling? Hang on a second. I will find it. There we go. Did the cleaners hang on, pin the comment, pin the message, there we go. It's so much hard work doing this on OBS. Did the cleaners who came to my house steal my handbag? Did any of the cleaners who came to my house steal my handbag? Okay, let's have a look, because I know you've asked this question a few times and weren't lucky enough to have a reading. So I'm going to try and find it for you. Not find it, but you know what I mean. I'm going to try and see what we can do. So then, Wispy, we've got a very simple question here, a very simple question, right? And we're going to try and do this, Wispy, with a single card. She says, with single cards popping out all over the place. But the question, Wispy, is from Flower Beauty: did one of the cleaners who came to her house steal her handbag? Was the person that stole Flower Beauty Rainbow Peacock's handbag, was that person one of the cleaners? Did one of the cleaners steal from Flower Beauty? Okay, I'm going to pull one. If I need to pull three, I'll pull three. So then, Flower Beauty, let's see if we can get you an answer, my darling, because that must be driving you absolutely crackers to know that your handbag went missing and you just don't know where it went. So we're doing your cut. It's slow to cut, almost right in the center. Look at that. So then, my darling, let's have a look. So, asking the cards straight off with a one card. Wispy, if you can make this super clear with a major arcana or something like that, that would be good. Or if you can make it, you know, very obvious from the card. If not, I will pull three. So then, let's have a look. Let's see what we think, Flower Beauty. Three of Cups reversed. How many cleaners came to your house? If there were three of them, possibly, but this card is more about friends and sisters. I don't know if you've got sisters, but this is more about friends and sisters, because the Three of Cups is about the three graces, the three muses, the three maidens, the maiden mother crone. It's about that connection with the wider sisterhood, right? So this is friends working together. This is, you know, the muses, the graces. This is those people working together as a group unit. This would tell me it's from a single card. I think this was If there were 3 cleaners, it could be one of them. If they are related, if they are sisters together, then this could absolutely be one of them. If not, it's one of your family members or your inner circle of friends. Right, Wispy, we're pulling the next 2 to clarify who. High Priestess and the Page of Cups. High Priestess is somebody in charge, somebody quite aloof, somebody who is normally very by the book, the High Priestess. Normally very by the book. The Page of Cups, though, again, the Page of Cups would be a younger person. A young person. I know you're saying there were 3 people. My gut instinct is absolutely crying that it's family. My gut instinct is saying family. I don't even know why. Wispy. Right. I'm pulling from the centre. Wispy. Is this family or cleaners? Family or cleaners? Because this is telling me family. Right. Hold on. If this is the cleaners, then it's the young person that's taken it. If one of them is significantly younger. Where are we going? I feel like we're here. Which one? This one. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. That doesn't help. Burning bridges. Burning arrogance and burning bridges. No one came to your house last so many months except for them. It could well be them, my darling. It could well be. If you haven't heard from them afterwards, this card is also full of arrogance. So if the person, if one of them is really arrogant, right. So look, you said there were 3 people, right? If one was an older woman, one was an arrogant man, and they had a young person with them, that's these 3 cards, right? If that tallies with who came to your house, then they've taken them. File a police report, report them, because this arrogant card, if this is cleaners, they've done it before, they've done it after, right? If that is who this is, they've done it before, they will do it again, they have already done it again. The only thing I would say, my darling, Patricia's just sent me a message in the WhatsApp group that I will share with you, my darling. As Patricia said, she's getting a very young person who was sorry afterwards. Yes, that's what I've got with this one too, right? I've got that with this one too. I don't know if you've got a child, if there is a friend, like one of your friends who's got a young kid. This feels like a child. This feels like somebody who nabbed it because it was shiny, right? This is somebody who's nabbed it because it was shiny. Do you know, like it doesn't necessarily have to be shiny, but it's like a magpie grabbing something because it's shiny. They saw something, they grabbed it because they were like, ooh, that's a designer bag, or it's a nice bag, or whatever it is, whether it was a bag full of all your belongings or whether it was just a bag that was on a shelf. They've grabbed it and then feel bad. I don't know whether the other 2 feel or know anything about it, right? Let me put it that way. I don't know whether they know anything about it, because this is absolutely saying that it feels like no, I don't think they did. No, Flower Beauty, don't go down that road, because you'll be looking at that forever, unless someone like the landlady duplicated the key. No, it's not that. It's not that. These are people you know, which is why we've got the 3 of Cups, right? People you know. This is a young person who's grabbed it and then yeah. If the assistant that you described in with the 3 cleaners is a younger person, early 20s maximum, if not younger, because again, both me and Patricia are getting on in years now, so we think of young people as being anybody, 25 and under. So yeah, if the assistant is fairly young, then it's the assistant that would have taken it. And yeah, I agree, it's possibly that it was destroyed either in fire, or that this is Patricia's reading these in a different way to the way I read them. I see them as being individuals. Patricia's reading them as an experience, as a set of instances, right? So Patricia's saying that the young person, this is you, this is the young person, this is what happened. So they saw you as being somebody maybe with a bit of money, bit of wealth, bit of nice things, whatever. The young person's taken it and felt guilty afterward and destroyed it by fire. That would be Patricia's take on it. Mine is that, again, with these three people, these could be the three personality types, but it's this person that took it. It's this person that took it. It's the young person in them. They look like in their 20s or 30s. Yeah, that will be it. That will be it entirely. File a police report, file an insurance claim, do all of that, my darling, and never ever ever work with these cleaners again. And perhaps even contact them if they work for a company. Contact them if it's never allow these people in your house again, is what I would say. I hope that helps. It does feel absolutely like it was the younger of the three people that took it. And Patricia's also sensing that maybe the fire destroyed the handbag. So yeah, that's very possible. I don't disagree with that. No, I don't disagree with that at all. That bonfire card, my gut instinct went bonfire. So yeah, I there you go, Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow. That's answered your question. I hope whatever you do with that answer, I hope it gives you some sort of solace. You can either now move on and just know that the handbag was taken by those people. You don't have to question friends and family and loved ones anymore. Or you can also move forward and, do the police things and file reports and all of that, and just say the handbag went missing at a time when these three people were in the property. You have no evidence, but it was there before they were there. It was gone after they were there, and nobody else was there at the time. And take it from there and just see what happens with the police. That would be my advice. Anywho, right, shall we open a round? I think we should. Let's open another round, and there we go. You can't file police reports in your country as they're very corrupt and do nothing without bribes, and it becomes a hassle, as even a court case takes 40 years to resolve. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. File a police report anyway. Just file a report, right? Even if they don't do anything, they're not going to do anything. It's a handbag, right? No one's going to do a bloody thing. But file a report. If it was insured, you've got it on your insurance. If it's not insured, then at least you have got a record about what these people have done. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Right, everybody? If you want a question, post your question into the live chat now, starting with the word question. Okay, it needs to start with the word question. Post your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. One of those will get picked at random by the keeper of the questions, if that makes sense, right? And we will read for that person. If you want to guarantee that you are next, send a super chat of any amount. That will come through and you'll get a 3-card reading up next, a simple 3-card reading. If, however, you want a longer reading, if you send £8 UK or $10 or more, that will come through and you will get yourself a longer card reading, a 6 or 7 or even 8 card reading, depending on if we get a modifying or clarifying card pop out. So that is how it works on this channel. Either way, you've got about 30 seconds to get your questions in, starting about, well, shall we have a tree this time? Starting now. Oh, there's no sound. It's that specific video. Thank you, Holland. That's really useful. So, tree. Computer. Remember tree video.
Okay, I'll remember this.
Well, she might not do, but yeah. So tree video, it's back. It's all working. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody, you're all behind in the chat. I saw it. I've caught up. There we go. I'm going to say thank you. So then, you should be able to hear me now, right? You should be able to hear me now. You should be able to hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you hear me? Do you want to build a snowman? Papa, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you? Yes, thank you. There's a delay. Thank you. There is a delay on the internet of about 20-25 seconds from when I say something to when it gets to you, to then when you type and when I can see the type. So for a second I was like, oh, it's not working. It's not working. So MMC, not the fighting. Is that the fighting thing? Is that is that MMA? Martial art, multi-martial arts. Yeah, that's MMA, isn't it? MMC would be multi-martial cuddling. Where's MMC? Question. A general reading for this week, MMC. I've got you. I have pinned your comment to the main thingy doodah. So your comments on the doodah, my darling. So question, general for this week. Okay. Right then, as always, we are going to cleanse the space. Let's see how many we can get in. We've got half an hour. I want to do 3 more readings. 3.5 hours. Let's see, including this one. So here we go. MMC, clearing your space, cleansing. Wispy is coming in with our air dragon powers, the powers of the air dragon. Oh, here we go. Look, I've got my little dragon here. I've got another little dragon just on the desk. I don't know why I'm showing you this when, you know, I'm saying I want to get lots of readings done. But anyway, we've got the dragons. Wispy is here. And so, Wispy, my darling, MMC would like to have a general reading for this coming week, please. A general... Ooh, we've had a card flip. I'm not counting that second one, but that first one is just one card. Page of Swords. Right, beware of young people carrying sharp instruments. And I was just about to carry on shuffling and I stopped and reversed it. So then, my darling, I don't mean that. Page of Swords is a clarifying card. Wispy likes the clarifying cards, right? You can always tell when Wispy's in a good mood. We get lots of extra cards chucked out for clarifyings on every reading. So, Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about swords is trouble and strife. Pages are young people, right? So there is an issue coming here with young people, potentially around some sort of education issue. So I don't know how old you are, my darling, but if there is an issue with a young person in your life, could be a child of yours, could be a friend if you're young, but there is a younger person who is in need of some help. They are struggling with something educationally based because we're reversed. So be aware of that. So let's have a look. 3, where you are right now, the 9 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. Okay, what you need to know, the 8 of Pentacles and the outcome card, the Tower. Do not get too worried about the Tower. It looks quite frightening in this deck. You can see we've got lightning striking the house. Do not worry too much about this. It's not great, but it's not horrendous. So this coming week, the situation you are in at the moment, where you are right now, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Pentacles is work, career, finances. It's also that growth element that we were talking about, that earth energy that leads to growth. So what we've got with this is a card. This week is going to be all about famine or feast. If you've got targets to hit this week, you need to knuckle down and hit these targets. It's really important, right? If this is you and there is a whole education thing happening or something along those cards, my darling, you need to be absolutely on it, right? You need to be absolutely on it, my darling. Absolutely on it, because the 9 of Pentacles when it's this way up, it's feast or famine, and there's opportunity coming. So things hopefully will go your way, but it's looking like all this food is being laid out. You've just got to get that invite to that table. This way round, it's suggesting that maybe you aren't going to get that invite. Maybe you miss at the last moment. Okay, so that's where you are now. Things are not looking, it's like, ooh, you just fell short. Do you know what I mean? It's like at the last minute, it's almost like you're studying. Example, right? Say you're studying a subject and the very last chapter, I don't know, say you're studying accountant and the last chapter is about a particular tax loophole, right? For instance, and you've got all the way through and you've studied everything else, and you just like it, the test is tomorrow morning and you're knackered and you're tired and you've got that one page and you think, or that one chapter, and you think, do you know what, I will read that tomorrow and make sure I understand that. I'll do that tomorrow on the way in. I'll get up early and read that. You then oversleep and you don't get a chance to read that last chapter, and that last chapter is 95% of your exam the next day. It's something like that, where just at the last minute, right? Now, this is not laid in stone, so this can still be changed, but this is saying at the moment, the way you're going to just miss whatever this outcome is. Just miss, if that makes sense. Because in what you need to know, this is saying whatever's going on right now this week, you need to burn the candle at both ends, right? This is what you need to do this week. You need to absolutely, like, if there's ever a week where you can survive on 5 hours sleep, energy drinks, again, not medical advice, this is not medical advice. If your body isn't able to do that, don't do it, follow your body. But if this is one of those weeks where you need to pull an all-nighter to get something done, this is important, right? If this is the way that you need to pull out all the stops at the last minute, but you need to pull out all those stops to get this done, to get it in, to get it up to standard, then this is the last opportunity to do it, right? Whatever's happening this week, time is ticked over. There's no option for overtime. There is no option for a do-over. This week is your last chance, right? So whatever is happening, my darling, you need to put that extra effort in now to make sure, because the way things are standing, if you don't, you're going to miss out by, a pass is 78 points and you've scored 77.5. It's like fingertips, by the nails. You're just going to miss out. The future opportunities where the tower comes in, and this is saying that if things go the way they look now, so if you hadn't got this reading and hadn't had this advice to put that extra oomph in, this is the moment to go into power mode plus. You've got the tower, and that tower is the rug being pulled out from you. This is unexpected disappointment. This is an unexpected calamity where literally it's like vroom. Everything you thought was one way. This house that you've built, the foundations, it turns out they were built on quicksand. It turns out that the bricks that you used were made out of glass, and it turns out that the cement that was used was actually toothpaste. Everything is about to come crumbling down around your ears. This again, because this is for the week ahead, this is your saving grace here. This is saying whatever happens, please get and focus on that extra effort that you've got time for now. Work that, get that, concentrate on that, if that makes sense. Get that last bit done, get that last effort. This is the last chance you are going to get. It's not over yet. We're not at the finish line yet, but get that last thing done. This feels, again, if this isn't exam related or study related, if this is about a project, if this is about getting your tax return in, if this is about getting your, I don't know, finishing your roof, right? Get your roof on before the big storm comes. Whatever the hell it is, this is your thingy, this is your warning that this is last minute. Clock is ticking. There will not be a do-over. There will not be an extension. This is your last chance to get this done. Otherwise, this tower card is you're gonna get a very, very short, sharp shock, as my dad used to say, right? And this short, sharp shock isn't getting smacked when you've done something wrong, or potentially getting, you know, he didn't hit us with a belt, but he would we'd be in our rooms with no TV, no nothing, and all of that. You know what I mean? With a smack on the bottom. This is that you will totally regret it if you don't get this done now. Okay, and this is telling me it's education based, and it's about a knowledge thing. Perhaps if this isn't you, if you have a child who is studying right now, right, if that is what is happening this week, and this is exam period for a child in your life, whether it's your kid or, you know, a niece or nephew or nibbling, whatever that child is, they're going to be really close to you. A younger person, again, they could be 20, but they're in that age range, and they are the one that is about to miss out, and miss by a hair's breadth, right? And this is where you will need to tell them, double down that effort. You just need to put 1 week of flat out in to finish everything, to make sure everything is done. Just that one last week, and then you can spend a couple of days resting. And you know, this is literally that moment where burning the candle at both ends, burning the midnight oil. This is what you need to do. It's not forever. This is just to finish the project, just to finish the task, just to finish the exam, just to finish whatever. Hopefully that helps, MMC. Hopefully you can take that. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Let me know in the comments, but thank you ever so much for your question, and best of luck. If this is, as I say, if this is exam period or whatever this is, it feels very stressful, but best of luck to you, my friend. I hope that with this final push, if you like, it is like, I guess it would be like that moment for people giving birth, where it's like one last push. I haven't got it in me, I can't do it, I'm dead, I'm knackered, I'm tired, I'm knackered, and it's like one last push and the baby is born, and then that's it. You can, well, you don't rest, do you? But you know what I mean. But anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much. And thank you, Lisa, you appreciate it. No worries, my darling. I hope that helps. Right, let's go on to the next one. We've had no more super chats in, so thank you, MMC. You love my readings. Thank you. I am working on a way to get messages on screen. I just haven't got that with this current setup, but I will be doing that later. So thank you for your lovely comments. So then, here we go. We've got that message again. We've got no super chats in. Oh gosh, I just sent that in the chat. Let me delete that one. No more super chats now. We don't have time for super chats. But if you would like a question, go ahead, pop your question to the live chat, starting with the word question. And I will try and get through at least one more, maybe even two. So then, let me have a look. And you've got exactly 30 seconds. 30 seconds to get your questions in, starting now. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Oopsie. You see what I'm saying? Every time I mute it, I forget. I need to have a big bloody button that says you are muted, Lisa, that I put on screen. I was just reading your question, Country, saying, what does the future for DJing you romantically? He's an older Libra and you're a younger Virgo, if it helps. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about astrology, the star sign one, astrology. I know very little about the other one as well, but I do know where the Plough and the Orion are. I can spot those two in the sky, but I couldn't tell you whether the 7th house rising of Gemini in the 4th moon means anything or not. I don't know. It's something I've never looked into because it's very complicated. Anyway, let's have a wee look. So, Country, let's do your reading. Right, so I'm going to pop that one on, change over, and ring. Do you know what? For all I would take, right? For all of the videos not playing with sound, for all of the leaving myself on mute, all of those lessons, I would take all of that, because right now we've got this wonderful ability to have the 2 cameras, and this camera is now permanently in place. I happily, the fact that you can see me talking to you and also have my hands in shot doing the reading, I would take that over every single video playing every single time, because I think I love this. I love that I can actually now show you the cards, show you what I'm doing, and also speak to you through this lovely camera. So yeah, I do as well. Patricia, hit replay. No, not replay. Reload. Patricia, be like the Terminator in the first film and reload. It was the second film, actually, where he had the shotgun pew pew thing, and he fired, and then he had to he like did that twisty movement, and it reloaded, and he kept that reload. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, let's have a look. So then we want Wispy. What do we want? We want a lovely question for Country Love Homestead. We want to know, what is the future for them and DJ? What is the future romantically? DJ is an older Libran and Country is a younger Virgo. That's what we want to know. That's all we need. We just need a lovely love reading. What is the future for that relationship? Here we go. Oh, I thought it was going to go a little bit higher there, my darling. I thought it was going to go a little bit higher. Let's go for it. So we have, where you are now, we've got the sun. Lovely. What do you need to know? The Hermit. And what is the future outcome opportunity like? The 6 of Wands. Okay, so 2 major arcanas, 1 minor arcana in a 3-card reading. Ain't bad going. So the sun. What does the sun represent? Well, the sun represents brightness. Kind of does, but it's energy, it's positive energy, it's growth, it's all the lovely things that come in the summer. It's spending time together, it's all of these lovely things, right? But the sun itself is about growth. It is about that warmth energy from the sun. There is no life on this planet without the sun's energy, right? We would not have crawled out of that goo back in the prehistory times, or 6,000 years ago if you're a Bibleist, but we would not have crawled out of that goo and started to grow legs and live on land and evolve into the wonderful and complicated human beings we are if it wasn't for that sun's energy. There would be no microbes, there would be no bacteria, no nothing on this planet, right, including us, if it wasn't for the sun's energy. So this is all about growth. This is all about positive growth, because it's upright. You can see here we've got the sunflowers, we've got kids in the background, an adult and a child flying a kite, we've got a couple all the way over in the corner having some canoodling time. I love that word, canoodling. We've got this couple here having a lovely picnic with the dog. This is all about loving, positive growth energy. This is where you are right now. So this feels that the position you are in, basically, this is really positive for the pair of you at the moment. In the what you need to know, we do have the Hermit. Okay, so this is saying, look, just because the two of you are in a relationship, right, if the two of you are already, but just because there is a relationship and that on the cards, doesn't mean you have to spend 24 hours 7 days a week with each other, right? In fact, it can be quite dangerous almost for couples that spend that amount of time together living in each other's pockets, because what happens is that you end up not having anything at the end of the day to talk about. If the pair of you went to the same supermarket, saw the same deal, bought the same food, had the same incident with the Karen on the way home, got stopped by the police at the same intersection, and almost run over the same neighbour's cat, what do you have to talk about when you get home? You say, oh, well, when I was at Walmart, there was this really good deal on, so I went and I picked up some of this. I know, I was there. And then as I was putting the shopping into the car, oh my God, this Karen was like demanding that I move out of her space. But I know, because I was also there. And then on the way home, it was like, oh my God, like one of the neighbour's kids ran out, and then there was a cat that ran out, and we nearly knocked the cat. I know, I was there. Like, you don't have to. I've heard all of this because I was physically there. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes spending some time alone is not necessarily a bad thing. So this is saying, when you've got the Sun with that positive growth in the relationship, and you've then got the Hermit card, that again is really good in terms of suggesting that spending some time alone is not going to upset the apple cart in terms of the relationship. Okay, and in that sometimes you might need a day or two. If you don't live together, you might need a day or two apart. If you do live together, you might need a week or two apart. Do you know what I mean? Occasionally. Not speaking from personal experience, obviously. She's definitely not planning her weekend away in July with other pagan friends at a pagan camp. By the way, mods, let's go to a pagan camp for a weekend. Definitely not me doing that, no. But this card is also about knowledge, right? Seeking that knowledge, having that lantern of wisdom, or that knowledge that comes through, and it's really interesting that this card is saying, don't feel like you have to rush things. Don't feel that you have to spend that 24/7 together. It's okay if you both need your own space. That doesn't mean the relationship is doomed, right? It kind of feels positive, if that makes sense, that you are able to spend time apart as well as time together. So I would not worry too much. It feels like the two of you have a very good balance between spending time together and spending time doing your own things, whether that is your own hobbies or spending time with your friends, or DJ spending time with his friends. You come together. Nice job if you can do it. No, but you come together as a couple when you need to, and you spend that time together, but also you're secure enough to have your own world outside of the world of the relationship. Does that make sense? And that is really hard to achieve for a lot of people, because a lot of people get into relationships and then they lose contact with their friends, and then it becomes all about your loved one, your partner, and then because you've closed that circle in on all your friends have gone off and lived their lives, and then it just becomes you two. It's one of the reasons why for both me and Rufus does his own bits and pieces that he enjoys. He does a lot of gaming stuff that I don't do. He does a lot of, he chats to people online on gaming worlds and things, and it would be very easy for me to turn around and say, who's that you're talking to? Why are you talking to that woman on there? Why are you doing that? And it's like he's talking to people online and chatting on gaming things because that's what he does and that's what he enjoys. Do you know what I mean? The Six of Wands, this is talking about, Wands is about confidence, security, and Six is about the wider community, but this card is about small victories, and this is to come. I think you've got some small victories and some parties ahead, right? Because you can see we've got a laurel wreath on this glowing wand, right? So this is suggesting that there is the two of you. I don't know whether you've got an anniversary coming up or whether there is, something like that in the air in the next 6 weeks, next couple of months, because it feels like there is a moment for you to celebrate the two of you and the security that you have together, right? You'll notice none of these cards are the cups. So none of these cards are talking about your emotions, because I don't think the emotions are in question. I think the way you feel, I know you're saying what, but and again your question was very carefully worded. What does the future for you look like in your romantic relationship, right? What does the future look like romantically? This isn't asking does he have feelings, do I have feelings. This is asking about where the relationship is heading, because I think actually your emotions and feelings for each other are fairly well known. You know how he feels about you and he knows how you feel about him. You've got that locked down. It's now about how the relationship moves on, if that makes sense, how the relationship ticks over. And so this Six of Wands is talking about that growing security, and whether or not there is, like, this almost feels like a party, some kind of they used to call it coming out parties, where, and not coming out as LGBTQ these days, but coming out as, oh, I do declare I am a young young girl who is yet to be married, and young and probably underage, but and I am wearing a nice dress and going to a party to be introduced to lots of eligible bachelors of the parish, all of that stuff, right? It kind of feels like there is some sort of event that the two of you are going to have where it's all about you two being acknowledged as a strong, healthy couple. I don't think, looking at these cards, my darling, I don't think you've got anything to worry about in terms of your feelings for each other, and I don't think you've got anything to worry about necessarily in terms of how you two are longer term. I like the fact that these cards are kind of saying you've got lots of positive growth energy in your lives right now, in the relationship. You're growing together. You still acknowledge that the two of you are separate humans and need a separate outlook on life, so there is still that element of wanting that time separately to grow and to learn and to discover different things, but also that growing confidence between you. And again, I think there is some sort of anniversary or some sort of an event to come where the two of you are kind of going to be, whether you are, like it would have been if this was 5 years ago, I'd be going, oh, are you going to be Facebook official? Are you going to be Facebook official now? Oh, that would be really good. Are you Facebook official? Do you know what I mean? It's something like that where you are going to be coming out as a couple together in the wider space, right? I don't know what that means, but whatever it means for you, enjoy it, because it feels very nice. And this all feels, the way it's going is all very nice, right? It feels solid, it feels loving, and I'm incredibly happy that this is going to be the last reading for tonight, country, because it's really nice to actually end on a really positive reading, because this feels like this feels like both of you are in a really good place. And fingers crossed, my darling, and I wish nothing else for you, that it continues. And it feels here like it absolutely will. It feels like it absolutely will. And yeah, I hope that helps. I really do hope that helps. Oh, let me have a look into the live chat. There would be nothing to share. Right. Funny you chose the Walmart story. You found a good deal and he snagged it for you. He said, get some for him too. Oh, you found a deal and snagged it, and he said, get some for him too. You see, there's something, isn't there? There is something. I'm telling you, my brain downloads that. Why did I say, I don't know if I said Walmart or Walgreens or whatever, but I don't know. We don't have either of those stores over here in the UK. The nearest thing we have is Asda, which used to be part of the Walmart family. So yeah, means nothing, but There you go. Obviously, it connects. It just shows you the universe is giving me information. Brian watches with you but can't see the comments. Really? On TV, you should be able to. If you click into the YouTube app, you can normally click up and then go across and things like that. It was the security that was in question. The feelings are super clear. Oh, don't forget, we want an invite to the wedding, country. We want an invite to the wedding. If you're mega rich, or if he's mega rich, you can always fly us over. If not, Zoom is fine. Zoom is fine. I can't have vol au vents. I was going to say I can make my own vol au vents, which is a joke, because in the UK you have these little puff pastry vol au vent things at every wedding. They used to be from the 80s and the 90s onwards, and they'd be like a prawn, a shrimp in it, or a bit of shrimp cocktail in each one, or a little bit of tuna, or some little thing dumped in, and they were generally dry and horrible by the time you got to eat them in a buffet thing. But yeah, invite us if it goes that way. You're coming out, you want the world to know, got to let it show, you're coming out. By the way, can I just reiterate to everybody, I am the world's best singer in the world, but obviously because YouTube copyright, if I wanted to, I could sound just like Diana Ross and the backing orchestra singing that song. However, I choose to be slightly off key and slightly out of tune, because that way it's for the copyright purposes honest. He's super amazing, helps you grow daily. That's the sun energy. You love it here. Thanks for the confirmation. Facebook official. Wow, then, maybe that's what you need to do. Rainbow bunting and flags and cake, perhaps. What? Hang on, I've lost it. And a chuntering relative in the background. I would love a coming out party like that. Your sister had a coming out party when she defined her sexuality. That's cool. I like that. Oh, no, you're right. You can't do it on your telly when you cast it from your phone. You are right. You can't. You were not the chuntering relative. You were the one fending off strange women who all wanted to know you better. I bet they did. You'll invite us all. You'll need one of you to DJ while we marry, and then he can take back over. I used to be a DJ. My darling. I used to be a DJ. But yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm really pleased that things are going well. Country baskets. I nearly said. You heard me say that, didn't you? You heard me say country. But yeah, country love. I am very, very happy for you. I really am. And on that note, we're going to close for the day. So thank you very much for everybody for joining me today. Thank you for those of you who sent questions in. Thank you for the super chats as well. Don't forget, with the super chats, Lisa can be the singer and DJ. No, because I these days, Holland, I have forgotten how to sing that isn't purposely out of tune and off key. Honest. Rufus says that because I don't sing regularly anymore, that I need to do it a lot more, if that makes sense. I have a great voice for radio. I used to be a radio presenter back in the day. Yeah, I used to do radio. So thank you, Dormouse, for that. You could explain that you couldn't handle the mood swings of other women. I know, right? But at least it's good for most lesbian couples, most couples where they're AFAB folk. The cycles do tend to go in line. So cycles do. So you have 1 week where each of you needs to go and spend it living with friends or relatives, staying with relatives for a week, and then you come back. You'll be enjoying alcohol. You won't notice the off key. Trust me, you would do. I still think in the back of my head that I can still sing high notes like I used to, and don't need to warm up the throat or anything. But we'll see. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I love streaming. I really, really do. It is the favourite thing I have found to do in many, many, many years. That sounded wrong, but the favourite thing that I do online with all of you. That also sounds wrong. How can I dig out of this? I don't think I can. Anyway, yes, I love it. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being part of the Beyond Authentic family. Don't forget, you are always able to join our memberships. We get to have weekly hangouts on a Sunday where members can ask for readings. So quite regularly on a Sunday, our members who are there and join us, they get to have readings. They don't have to pay for on that day because they're already members, so they can get 7 card readings for free. We also have other things that happen on the live, so I will talk about what deck shall I use, what this shall I use. Members get advance notice of videos, and most of the videos that the members get, all of the ads are taken off, with the one exception of the podcast. I realize, members, I'm so sorry, the podcast episode that went live to the members yesterday, I was supposed to disable the adverts on, and I didn't. The advert thing was supposed to go on when it went public, but I forgot to disable it for the members, so I do apologize if you saw that there should have been 3 adverts in that podcast. So yeah, I apologize for that profusely to the members, because I normally make sure that the adverts are all turned off. But anyway, thank you to everybody for being here. I am going to go and have some dinner with my lovely husband Rufus, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. There will be a video coming out on Friday, a path ahead video looking at February, looking at the month ahead for witchy dates, for anything that there are holy days, special days, celebratory days. We'll be looking at Imbolc, which is the festival for the 1st of February, but also looking at all of the others, any other days for various different pagan beliefs. And also there will be a ritual included in that video as well, so look out for that. If you haven't already, please go and check out the podcast episode with me and Neil. It's already gotten us into Spot of Bother, but it's very good and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you ever so much, everybody, for being here, and I will see you all very, very, very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.